Chinese art critics who've only been translated into Italian and that kind of thing. My book's called The Pregnant Widow. It's about the sexual revolution set mainly in 1970. And this will explain what the rather obscure title, to quote from the Russian thinker Alexander Herzen. The death of the contemporary forms of social order ought to gladden rather than trouble the soul. Yet what is frightening is that the departing world leaves behind it not an heir, but a pregnant widow. Between the death of the one and the birth of the other, much water will flow by, a long night of chaos and desolation will pass. The next quote is from the Concise Oxford Dictionary. Narcissism, noun, excessive or erotic interest in oneself and one's physical appearance. And the third quote is from the Metamorphoses of it, from Ted Hughes' absolutely brilliant translation, Tales from Ovid. Now I'm ready to tell how bodies are changed into different bodies. I just read on. This is the main character is looking back on the sexual revolution, a particular summer where his fate and his whole erotic nature was formed. And in fact, he had a sort of sexual trauma, very enjoyable at the time, but it ruined him for 25 years. But now he's looking back from, he's in his late 50s, he's looking back on this time. When he was young, people who were stupid or crazy, it's an insect. When he was young, people who were stupid or crazy were called stupid or crazy. But now he was old, the stupid and the crazy were given special names for what ailed them. And Keith wanted one. He was stupid and crazy too, and he wanted one, a special name for what ailed him. He noticed that even the kid stuff got special names, and he read about their supposed neuroses and phantom handicaps with the leer of an experienced and by now pretty cynical parent. I recognize that one, he would say to himself, otherwise known as little shit syndrome. And I also recognize that one, otherwise known as lazy bastard disorder. These disorders and syndromes, he was pretty sure, were just excuses for mothers and fathers to dope their children. In America, which was the future, broadly speaking, most household pets, about 60%, were on mood drugs. That's true. I think it's sort of 59% for cats and 61% for dogs. Thinking back, Keith supposed that it would have been nice, 10 or 12 years ago, to drug Mac and Gus, his sons, as a way of imposing ceasefires in their fratricidal war. And it would be nice now to drug Isabel and Chloe, whenever they weaponized their voices with shrieks and screeches, or whenever, with all the freshness of discovery, they said quite unbelievably hurtful things about his appearance. You'd look a lot better, Daddy, if you grew some more hair. Oh, really? Daddy, when you laugh, you look like a mad old tramp. Is that a fact? Keith could imagine it easily enough, the mood pill option. Come here, girls. Come and try out this lovely new sweet. What was wrong with him, he wondered. Then one day in October 2006, when it had stopped snowing and was nearly raining, he went out into it, into the crisscross, into the A to Z, the sodden roadworks, the great dig of London town. He settled in the usual cafe, and here it was, the news, the latest installment of the thriller and tingler, the great page-turner called The Planet Earth. The world is a book we can't put down. He started reading about a new mental disease, one that spoke to him in a haunting whisper. It affected children, the new disease, but it worked best on grown-ups, on those who had reached the years of discretion. The new disease was called body dysmorphic syndrome, or perceived ugly disorder. Sufferers of BDS or PUD gazed at their own reflections and saw something even worse than reality. At his time of life, he was 56, you resign yourself to a simple truth. Each successive visit to the mirror will, by definition, confront you with something unprecedentedly awful. But nowadays, as he impended over the basin in the bathroom, he felt he was under the influence of a hellish hallucinogen. Every trip to the mirror was giving him a dose of lysergic acid. Very occasionally it was a good trip, and nearly always it was a bad trip, but it was always a trip. Now Keith called for another coffee. He felt much cheered. Maybe I don't actually look like that, he thought. I'm just insane, that's all.